How's it going, Lex?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. It's what, about 20 out?
Yeah.
Cool.
20 minutes. 20 minutes of just rambling.
20 minutes of you and me rambling.
And it's for good reason. We've got audio tests and
I like to call it the Scotch test, to be honest with you. So, is it Balvenie? Did I finally say it right?
yeah, Balvenie is what Shane calls it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me
It sounds more what's the word? Sophisticated Balvenie.
pronounce Balvenie. I think the most important part about it.
Does it taste good and it's in my glass?
Let's see. Yeah, yeah. So we've got what's his name? Brian Cox. He says it's pronounced the Balvenie.
The Balvenie, all right. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it, man. Anybody else can chime in on that? We could do wine.
No, not in the studio. I don't like to have open.
Oh, yeah, that's a big glass.
Unless you're doing a.
I was going to say,
like a sippy
wine, the
sippy
sippy cup of wine, that would not be. You might as well do beer with a straw.
Let's just pour it straight from the box.
There you go. That's funny.
Oh, that's good.
Hey,
Yo.
we need to make sure when Shane comes in, he knows it is officially whiskey time.
Oh, yeah.
So, cool. Did you ready for Valentine's Day, man?
Yeah. Julie and I are gonna go see Deadpool.
That's very romantic. I can see why she likes you so much.
I'm doing it for her. Yeah,
She's the one who wants to see it.
Oh yeah.
I think Ryan Reynolds is awesome.
She's all about it. She's like, I'm so relieved that that's what you want to do for Valentine's Day.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh man. So audio's going in good. We got good levels there, I guess.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2.
I think so.
I can do my Anchorman version of this, huh? Unique, New York. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. I still have not been able to see Blades of Glory. I just haven't got around to it. Shane keeps telling me I need to watch that.
Gotta do it.
The other one I see is that Daddy's Home. Have you seen that one? The Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg?
No, I really.
It just doesn't appeal?
Doesn't appeal to me.
Huh.
I like Will Ferrell sometimes.
Do you? I like most of his stuff. But I gotta say though, Elf...
Watching him get like run over and trashed on, not my thing. There's what was that one movie? Where that guy's girlfriend walks out on him or something.
Oh, wasn't that the... It was that NASCAR one, right?
Oh, Talladega Nights.
Yeah, that wasn't it?
No.
Huh.
It's a drama, I think.
I don't know.
Something.
I haven't seen the other thing where he gets trashed and his girlfriend walks out. Missed it. So,
Seems to be a theme here.
does it?
I don't know.
I liked him in The Other Guys. That was good.
It was good. I did like that movie.
Anybody watching right now have a subject you want JJ and I to try and expound on? A little discussion, a pre-meeting discussion of?
Let's see.
And it can't be work related. Absolutely not.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right. Hey, maybe you can explain this to me, JJ. So I was on just flipping through Netflix, because I like, a little noise at night when I'm cooking and stuff. And there was this World War II in color, and I'm kind of a World War II junkie,
Yeah.
How the world did they color that? I mean, obviously, was it shot in black and white?
Oh yeah.
Well, how? I mean, it's
like rotoscoping, or not rotoscoping. What they'll do is they'll like mask it, colorize that portion of it, and then morph the mask as it moves on, so it looks like. So the mask itself, what's being colored, is following it. It can be tedious depending on how many colors are hang.
Well, it definitely looks like vintage color footage. That's for sure. But I just wondered.
Yeah, all they're doing is changing. They're changing the color channels of the black and white in certain areas.
Interesting.
Scotch. We don't. No straight vodka here. This is a. As far as a favorite drink, okay.
Oh, we got a question on favorite drinks. Well, it depends, really, doesn't it?
Definitely Scotch. Probably.
It just seems right in the studio to drink Scotch, doesn't it?
We do like Lagavulin.
That's true. That's a good one. Yeah. I like vodka tonics. Mm-hmm. I do like honestly a really good martini. Now it's got to be real high end, and it's a dirty martini. We're not talking one of those drink it with your pinky up martinis.
Yeah, it's got to have the vermouth, the olive juice.
Yeah.
But I can't do the big ones. Maybe it was because of New York. When we had those Russian 12-ounce vodka.
12-ounce martinis at the Russian vodka house. Yeah. That's
a night I'll never
remember. It's a night you will never remember.
Never forget. Always forget. Yeah.
Never forget that I forgot the whole evening.
I remember walking in.
I honestly, JJ, it still astounds me how far away from where we were staying that we were.
I don't think we were that far away.
Honestly, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember how we got home. I mean, walking. That's even scarier.
Well, I think we knew where we were staying.
Yeah.
One of us may have pulled up a map on our phone.
Yeah, it might have been.
We do have that. We do have that technology.
That is true. That is true.
I'm a gin and scotch drinker myself, Jamie. I
don't understand gin, man.
I wish that I liked gin.
Yeah.
I think gin was one of the first drinks that I had, which
Really?
is why I really don't like it. Yeah, I tried making I don't know if it was a lime Ricky or something.
You mix gin with a lime Ricky? Oh my gosh.
Well, there's gin in a lime Ricky.
Oh, okay, a legit lime. I was just thinking you went to Arctic Circle and dumped gin in one of the...
Oh, no. I was making myself a lime Ricky, and I'm like, this stuff is terrible. So.
I got to say, though, have you tried the Hendrix gin?
Okay. I'll turn that up. What's that?
Have you tried the Hendrix gin? That's that cucumber gin. I know it just sounds really bad.
Honestly, I haven't had gin for a long time.
Next time you come over, I'll make you one with the Hendrix.
Okay.
It's definitely a summer type drink. So
well, it's certainly not that, especially here.
Yeah. Oh no. But yeah, I do like the Hendrix gin. That's about it, man. The rest of the gin's a little, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shaken, not stirred. Did you saw the new Bond, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I actually haven't seen the last two.
You haven't seen the last two?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
You're not... It's Bond. You got to see it. I mean, come on. It's Bond. I got to say, though, I thought Daniel Craig kind of was tired about the whole thing.
I think he is, too.
So, it was still good, though. Hey, Shane. It is, I poured you whiskey, bro. Or scotch, actually. Okay, the other thing I want to understand is why do they call, martini? Like those martini bars where you can get like an apple teeny. That's just seems wrong on so many levels.
Again?
Okay, so, you go to the martini bar, right? And you can get like an apple teeny.
What's going on? Okay, change that back to...
Which is like, I don't know.
10 minutes.
It just seems wrong.
There we go.
Oh, the countdown's back?
Yeah.
Cool.
Annalise accidentally threw up a question.
Oh, she did?
On our countdown, yeah.
Excellent. Was it a good question?
We'll see.
What is that noise?
That's a really bad word. Sean? Yeah, we can't have that happening.
No, we can't have that noise going on. They finished the carpet in here? Guys, we got new carpet in the new portion of the office here.
Nobody cares.
I know no one cares, but, we got new carpet.
Like this line. Hey, you know what's great about this webcast? Getting paid for it.
Getting paid. That's right. Getting paid to drink. Getting paid to drink. You guys getting paid to watch it. Sorry, the content's not more exciting.
Just less taking sips.
You know, keep sipping like this, man. I don't have to pour some more.
Yeah, I know.
You really want more? You want me to come get it to you now?
Kind of.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to disappear. I'll pop in next to JJ, guys.
Liz. Yeah, that's a good point, Stephen. You can't see the carpet. Just like no one cares.
Stephen, you're wrong. Everybody cares.
Does it match the curtains? No comment.
You know, we're due for a liquor store run.
How much do we have left?
Oh, we can get through today
Okay.
easily, but
All right.
before next week, we definitely need to load up.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey, Shane.
Hey, dude.
Brother. Skull, baby.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, good. So apparently nobody cares about our new carpet. Everything's already been sized and moved according to JJ's master
See
plan.
this?
Yeah.
I just hit Control-I to import. Not responding. It's because
The C name.
Do an audio check. Annalisa, why don't you go ahead and jump on?
not good.
What's up, Shane?
No, we're just working through a.
Can we mute for a second? Go ahead.
We'll be starting the webcast in about 7 minutes.
All right. Audio check on my end.
It will be momentarily.
God damn it.
Easy now. Or whiskey time. Shane, have his earpiece in?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay, did you shut everything down?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Bang, there we go. Big side.
Whiskey time.
First call for alcohol.
First call, I like that.
One
Scotch and one beer.
Well, I ain't seen my baby since I don't know when.
Careful,
I've been
we
drinking
may
bourbon
owe
whiskey.
Warner Brothers
For us.
$10,000 for
We can
singing this song.
sing it.
Time out. Only if they can
there's-
recognize the tune, which
like
I don't think the way Shane and I sing
sing
it's going to
rights
be.
on
That's better.
Yeah,
Good, good, good.
just modify it.
Modify it.
One Hennessy.
One Lagavulin
And chop a ditty.
and one Heineken. It just doesn't ring out the same. I did run. I already scanned everybody. Just so you know. You're so serious.
I am.
You are, man. Can you hear JJ?
I
Your
can.
ear thingy's popping a little bit. I just want to
No,
make sure.
it's in there.
Is it? Okay, cool.
Gotta keep it clean. It's in there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Keep it clean. Everything we do is clean.
Ha!
That deserves a hold up from Annalisa.
I'm sure she's got a 30-second
The way I
delay,
changed
so-
the name of Mackie to Mr. Mackie.
Oh, I like it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Makes more sense now.
I want to see how fast our downloads are.
Apparently they want us to sing more. I'm sure that's the best idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure. People are dropping off.
Any requests?
Hade jag bäck two-fisted harpagård. So slow.
Yeah. Well, we got fiber coming in. But about 30 days, yeah.
Where from?
Pardon?
Where from?
Telecom Alliance. Cliff, you know Cliff?
We're still waiting for Google Fiber.
Well, I guess we're going to be bringing in the CenturyLink. Half a gig.
Yeah.
So, kind of a cool setup. One bourbon. It's stuck in my head now.
Yeah, I did already. Yeah, Andy. Okay. Sound check.
Hey, everybody.
Owen?
Go ahead.
All right. Hey, everyone. We'll get started in about 3 minutes, 18 seconds.
16, 15, 14.
You know, I still want that hoed up from Annie. She just does that so well. See that right there? That's your beverage.
Why is it not in your hand?
Exactly. Why is it not in your
Why aren't
hand?
you chucking it down?
We've already had a refill so far today, so
Chuck
you
it
got to
down
catch
like,
up.
like you're a pelican.
Dining with all the grace of a pelican? Yeah.
You remember that episode of Cheers where Norm was the beer taster?
Oh, yeah.
He got that job as a beer taster, and when they
Oh, no.
his very
I
first
couldn't accept that.
his very first time he took a drink in the job, they asked him, "So how did it taste?" And he, "What do you mean?" "Well, no, the taste. How did it taste?" "I don't know what you're talking about." "You need to taste it." He goes, "Oh, give me another one." He taste it. "Hey, you're onto something with this tasting thing."
He's just glugging it down.
I just remember when he didn't want to accept the paycheck for working there. No, I couldn't. Really.
No, I couldn't accept
please.
that.
So let me tell you how romantic JJ is. He's taking his girlfriend to go see Deadpool on Valentine's Day.
That's
Now he
awesome.
says that it's her request. I don't know.
Not just a request, partly her idea.
That was her idea. Nothing says romance like smart Alec Ryan Reynolds on the movie theater or movie screen. Yeah.
All right, 1 minute, everyone. 1 minute.
I'll leave that C name in place until I have to do replication again. So
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm trying to think.
That's the problem right there.
I'm trying to think.
I think we just solved
We
we just resolved a lot of issues.
We resolved every issue we've ever had right there.
Not everyone.
We're
but
waiting for Lex to think.
Certainly a plurality.
He's trying.
Oh, isn't that a precious?
Oh.
Lex tries.
30 seconds.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us today. Today's topic is the new PDQ Deploy 8 that was just released this week. If you have questions, you can always submit them in the chat window, or you can email me at webcast@adminarsenal.com. If your question's featured live during the webcast, we'll send you some lovely PDQ swag, choice of PDQ shot glass. We also have lovely whiskey tumblers. Let's get started.
sorry.
Getting tuned up, I guess.
I think Lex is on his third tumbler of scotch.
You know, it is early.
Hey everyone, I'm Shane.
I'm Lex. New PDQ Deploy.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, as Annie mentioned, throw them down, ask away. If we like the question, we'll try and answer it. If we don't, we'll fake an answer.
We're still trying to figure out a way to send scotch in the glass, but so far I've drank most of it before it goes out. So
haven't been able to get the compression right.
yeah.
So anyway, welcome. We're going to talk about what's new in Deploy 8.1,
Yeah.
as well as I just actually want to cover a couple of things that aren't necessarily related to 8.1 with the new Firefox and Adobe's Flash that just came out this week. Just something for people who people who might be asked. I'm answering the question before it's actually asked. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump.
Well, let's start this off right.
Dude, we just drank.
Tug and chug, man.
Okay, so let's.
All right.
How do we find out what's new in the world of PDQ?
My favorite is it acronym or initialism? RTFM, everybody.
If you go to the Welcome to PDQ Deploy.
Yes, by the way, and you go to help.
Yeah, or you can go to
what's
help.
new? Yeah. Right there. You made it too easy.
Okay, you need to just
Stop with a scotch or something.
You know what? Actually, if you're the eye candy, we're in a bad shape.
We are definitely in a bad shape.
Yeah, just click on that link right there. Some great new features, and honestly, one particular this feature has been asked for a while. So we're going to cover that, but we're not going to just read this. There's some major points.
It's there for you if you need it, guys. Yeah. Again, F1, hit the link, read it, RTFM. What does that stand for again, Shane?
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead. Number one, you can deploy. Now, you've always been able to deploy multiple packages using nested packages. Many versions ago, we also added the ability to attach multiple packages to the same schedule. And then we just took it a step forward based, honestly, off of your feedback.
Yeah. Let's make it more dynamic for everybody.
Yes. People who are saying, I don't want to do a nest. I just want to be able to deploy multiple packages by just selecting them and then getting them out of the way.
Should we do one?
Yeah,
let's do it.
No, we're
just going to talk about it.
This is just all theoretical. This is
Let's not show that it can actually be done. We're just going to tell you.
Make it academic.
Actually, make it academic. I like that, JJ.
It's an academic exercise. Anyway, yeah, and then we're also going to talk about
altering your auto deployments.
Yes. Now we've had a lot of requests of, hey, I want to make some changes to the auto deployment packages, and we were really having a difficult time with this in our R&D, trying to figure out. We want to be able to have you customize the auto deployments, but the fact that they are auto deployments, we have to make sure that the
certain things have to be done. They have to run a certain way, and it's just.
So we after battling it about and Lex greasing up and having a wrestling match with everybody who wanted to. It's actually more of a non sequitur. We are offering pre and post steps, so we'll cover that as well.
Yeah.
But let's just jump right into you've got a new machine that's out. Someone says, hey, I've got this new machine, it's ready to go, and you just want to get a handful of packages out there. You don't want to have to create a nested package with a bunch of nests or a schedule.
Just a one-time shot here?
A one-time shot. So let's say we want to install 7-zip. And
Firefox.
Yeah, let's do the new Firefox. So notice I'm just hitting, doing multiple select. And it remembers the sequence in which you select these. So let's do 7-zip Firefox and...
Flash.
Yeah, why not?
Now, again, it matters what order you select these because, again, Shane said it remembers. So if you want one to install before the other, select it in that order.
Yep. So once you select more than one package, you're going to see a couple of other options here. You can create a package that nests these. You've always had that option. And then you can create just a starter deployment with just these packages, or you can create a schedule. We click these. Notice the packages up here. You might want to zoom in just a tad there, JJ. We're going to install 7-zip and then Firefox and then Flash. So it's just simple multi-click, choose your targets.
Again, you can select these from Active Directory, or better yet, PDQ Inventory is a great place to.
There's your choose your targets. I'm just going to type a couple of them in here.
Just make it quick.
Yeah, why not?
Surprised you could spell that.
And then you hit deploy. So when you do this multi-select, it is going to create 3 different deployments. Note when you do a package that contains a bunch of nests, there's still just one deployment. All those nested packages are part of that main packages deployments. But here, we're literally just making this, just queuing up 3 for you.
Yep.
So we can take a peek. We can take a peek at how these go. I'm going to sort this by this way. There we go. So you can see we just pushed out 7-zip, and then it picks up on the Firefox, etc. Should be self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But that's how you can do that. Multiple select on the fly.
Try it, love it, guys.
Yeah, you got these 2 new machines now, and you know that they've got these. Obviously, once again, a lot of you I know still use the nests, and those are available. What was that, JJ?
Got a question, man.
All right, JJ, you don't have to whisper. We're not. It's not 3 in the morning.
They can't hear me. So.
No kidding. Okay.
Now they can.
Now they
But
can
I was
hear
just
you.
letting you
Great.
know.
We got a
Now
question.
you've
Well, it still
showed my
stands.
hand.
You don't have to whisper. I need to hear you. I don't care about them.
We got a question. Just
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Are there any new steps in version 8 such as PowerShell? Tanner M.
Hey, Tanner. Okay, so it's interesting that you asked this. I'm wondering if you've actually been involved in some of our meetings. Okay, we do have a dedicated PowerShell step forthcoming. However, you've always been able to run PowerShell from an install step. So you can't run PowerShell
commands.
Correct.
But you can run a PowerShell script.
So if you have a script out there, all you have to do is actually select just select the
script,
and you're good to go. In fact, I'm going to go out to the package library and just show you this. We'll do the Fire. There's a Firefox set Google as a default search engine. This is because Google had or Firefox December of 14. They made a change where they made Yahoo the default search engine, and we obviously a lot of people are saying I want to move this back to Google or anything else. So I'm just going to import this. The reason I'm going to import this right now is because this actually calls a PowerShell script that Chris, our PowerShell expert, wrote. And you can always see, find Chris's blogs on our site.
Those are the best PowerShell blogs out there, honestly. Just actually Google PowerShell and you'll find Chris.
All right, so I'm going to go, there's Firefox. Notice we've got just one step, and it's an install step. However, you can see, if you zoom in there, you can see the PS1. .ps1 is the file type. This is a PowerShell script. And if you move Alexa's huge chest and my sunken chest, you can see the command line. When you specify an exe or an MSI or a .reg file, if you want to import reg.
Because of the extension, PDQ Deploy knows what to do already.
So here you can see we're actually running, get us on, thank you.
Get rid of us.
You can see we're running PowerShell.exe, and we do pass some parameters there. The no logo, make this non-interactive, etc. So we are actually going to call the PowerShell. We're actually going to call PowerShell the interpreter on the target, which obviously means that PowerShell has to exist on that target machine. And in some cases, some of our scripts might require PowerShell 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So that is a requirement. So Tanner, you can still call the scripts. I'm not sure if you knew that. But we are going to have a dedicated PowerShell step that's in.
It's on the drawing board.
It's on the drawing. Yeah, we're actually doing the specs right now for it. So
cool. Should we have another question?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Are there any packages in there? All right. Wow. All right. Are there any packages in your experience that are not good to nest? Reboot steps. Depends on how you do them. Depends on how you do them. You can get busted on those.
Not good to nest. Well, I guess it would, and that's from C. Phillips, Captain Phillips.
It's just a step, not a package, actually.
Well, so the answer, in my experience, my experience wouldn't necessarily say don't nest this package. It would be the sequence.
Yeah.
Maybe if you've obviously if you've got a package that does a reboot. You're going to want to make sure to carefully to decide where you want that. But also, if you're going to install something like AutoCAD, now AutoCAD has a lot of prerequisites, such as .NET, a certain version of .NET, the Visual C++ compiler, stuff like that. If you have these prerequisites, then you're going to want to nest packages that call these prerequisites before you call the main package.
Good point.
It really just comes down to sequence. That's in my experience. But of course, after this podcast, I'm probably going to go, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So off the top of my head sequence. All right, so we've shown you, let's go to the all deployments here so we can just see. Once
There it
again, there you go. We ran the 7-zip, that was the first one we selected, then we ran the Firefox, and then Adobe Flash.
Didn't have to build a package. Boom, it's out there for.
I'm going to go to preferences. I hit Control comma there. I want to just come over here to deployments. Yep, and make sure if you have PDQ inventory, we do recommend that you do a scan after deployment. Notice instead of keeping the default, I'm just saying scan the application scan profile. And the cool thing about that is that means that these machines receive the scan afterwards. Now, if you have the scan after deployment, then that means after each of these packages is pushed out, there's going to be a scan. Unlike a nest, once again, a nest is just, I'll just show you a quick nest. This is an example for those of you who are going,
So this
what
one
are you talking about?
These machines got scanned 3 times as opposed to a nest, which they would have got scanned just once.
So if we want to create a nest using the same thing, you know, 7-zip and then Firefox and the IE Flash, although we probably should have pushed the regular Flash for NP API.
Yeah, good point.
Anyway, creating a nest, this creates one package. Maybe call this like your baseline or something like that. This creates one package that calls this, then this, then this. If you had the scan after deployment, it would scan once after this package with its 3 nests and any other steps completed. When you do the other way, it is going to scan after each one. I just wanted to throw that out there. Make sure you are aware. All right.
Little caveat.
Yeah, why not? And time for a monster. Okay.
Whoa. Put the monster down. Grab the scotch. Do this right, bro.
Go away.
Don't enable them.
We have another question.
Don't be an enabler.
From Jared. Is there a way to exclude an IP range from a heartbeat schedule? I have some users that are on and off site, and when they connect over VPN, it starts deployment over the VPN. Okay, that is not a native feature. There are ways you can do that. There are ways you could do that. What you'd want if you use, well, obviously, if you're using Heartbeat, you have to have inventory. Yeah. So this could be a little convoluted. That is not a native. That is not a native feature. Yeah. Not a bad idea. But what you can do is create a collection that excludes that range. And if you want, should I show you a quick example of that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. It's not incredibly intuitive when you want to exclude an IP address, but what you can do is, I'm just going to create a dynamic collection, and we'll just say non-VPN. And then if you look at computer, now this will only work if you use version 4, IPv4. If you have exclusively IPv6, which probably none of you have exclusively, this wouldn't work. But if you have the computer IPv6, you could say something like does not match pattern. You could say something like does not match pattern, where let's just say that your IP addresses are in 192.168, and this is for your VPNs. .1.0. Yeah, .0 or .3. Anything that's 192.168.3 does not match that pattern. But now you can always do a splat in pattern. When you're talking about a pattern, the splat is the wild card. Don't do a splat if you're talking about a regular expression. 192.splat. All right. If you do that, that should show you all computers that don't have that IP address or match that range. And then in that collection, you could have another collection that's like we'll do something like Firefox. So we'll do application name contains Mozilla Firefox, right? And then we'll create, actually we'll just do this, and computer name, actually we'll do computer, one second here. Sorry guys, collection, I'm having a brain fart. There it is. Member of collection. So you could say application name contains Firefox and member of collection. Actually, we want to do this. Sorry, guys. Move this down here and say not any And member of collection contains
Non-VPN.
a non-VPN. Or actually, no, I take it back because
dash.
we're not excluding those. We could come up here. Boy, I'm just making this confusing. Say member, it contains non-VPN. So they have to be a member of that non-VPN, and they have to have Firefox. So it's not a native feature, but you can get around that by doing
Takes a
something
little
like
work,
that. Yeah. And obviously the IP address range, looking at the IP address, that really works if you're, once again, talking about version 4. So anyway, do we have any other questions before we move on? All right.
I love the new feature of being able to deploy multiple packages on the fly without creating a nested package. Awesome. Can you select multiple packages if you start the deployment through the Tools menu in Inventory?
I don't think so.
Never tried it.
Yeah, that one wasn't in our use case, mainly because we suck. I doubt it. I doubt it, but let's...
Should we give it a whirl?
Yeah. Now you can still get this. You can still do this from within deploy and then selecting those,
From
those
inventory,
targets from
yeah.
inventory. So you can get this done. But if you're in inventory, and we say, let's just go to our collection library here, internet browsers. Go to Firefox. Old. Tools, PDQ Deploy. Yeah, maybe actually you could. Yep, actually you can. So it
Wow,
looks like we
check
did
that
cover
out.
that. I didn't
Hey,
know
good
that.
question.
Emily just came in and said the answer is yes.
Yeah, thank you,
Straight up
Emily.
yes.
I haven't tested that. So yes.
Thanks, Emily.
Wow.
Emil-
Angie
Emily's-
figured out something about the product
Emily's
before you
running-
did, man. I
make
love
this
this.
stump the chump.
I love this.
She is the product manager.
Yeah, she
So-
is. Thanks, Emily. All right, so the answer is yes, but give that a test because I haven't tested it. So
Yeah, wow. All right.
Okay, so let's, unless we have other questions, let's move on. So now let's talk about auto deployments. So I'm going to come over here. Remember, to create an auto deployment, you go to your package library. You select the application. I've got Firefox in the filter here. We have, let's say that you wanted to use LibreOffice. A new version just came out yesterday. You add an auto deployment, create a new schedule, or add it to an existing schedule, etc.
Boom, boom.
Once you have that created, you'll see an auto deployment here. Now you can have multiple schedules for an auto deployment, but what we're going to talk about, it covers the entire package. So you could have 3 schedules for Firefox, all with different approval times. The pre and post steps would affect all of them. So how do I do that? Let's say, once again, I've got Firefox as as a auto deployment. And let's say, now we stopped doing this a while ago because of Firefox. Mozilla finally made it so that you didn't have to kill Firefox to upgrade it. But let's say that you do want to stop Firefox for whatever reason before you deploy it. And one of the reasons for that is, I'll cover that in a minute because they just introduced the 64-bit. So I'll cover that in a second.
Yeah.
You just double click on your Firefox auto deployment, and you'll see here's your auto deployment properties. So whatever you select here will affect everything in the package.
Yeah.
It cannot overwrite hard-coded step options, though. Step options still have a higher priority. This can just change the default from maybe your preferences. Anyway, let's say you want to kill your Firefox. You can
Running
just go
browser,
to
yeah.
pre-auto deployment steps, do a command step in this case. We'll say stop Firefox, and then you just type in your commands.
I love how you have this in your mental Rolodex.
Thanks, man.
You do realize other important things are probably falling out the other side of that mental Rolodex.
So here I'm just going to do a regular task kill. Many of you are probably familiar with this one, but this says task kill, kill any Firefox.exe that happens to be running. The /f means you're going to force it. The /im means it's an image, meaning you're going to specify the name of the process, not the process ID.
It is important to set conditions and success codes
Yep.
on this.
So just so if you ever do a task kill, it's kind of important to add 128 to the success codes, because 128 is the success code if you try to kill a process that is not running.
Not there.
Well, if you want to kill a process and it's not running, you've actually still achieved what you were looking for.
True.
So don't have, and that will return a 128 error code from task kill. So we're going to say make that a success. In the conditions, I'm actually going to say only run this step if a user's logged on. Not absolutely necessary, but there's no reason really to run this if nobody's logged on to the computer. Firefox isn't going to be running.
Yeah.
And
another option there would be to allow...
I still like, even though we're saying Mark 128 is a success, when it comes to most task kills, I'll say even if it fails, and remember, if it'll fail if it returns anything besides a 0 or a 128 error code, I say continue on, all right? So this is a way for us to actually, before this auto deployment kicks off, it will do this. Now, if you have a post-deployment step, maybe there's another package that you want to run after this or whatever, you could also do a post-deployment. And maybe it might be as simple as a reboot.
Yeah.
I want to reboot the computer. You might want to do this after certain, more hardcore run times, but you get the idea. You can do post steps and pre-steps to your auto deployment package.
Another thing I find that's really is good for your end users, and normally I like to force my end users to know that I'm the boss, but you can send messages like, "Hey, this is what's going to happen here, and now I'm done." If you wanted to send that,
that's a great idea. Yeah, if you wanted to do that, you would just say message in the pre-step, and then message details.
Hey, punk, I'm gonna...
Firefox is going to be,
what? This is all kind. This is kind. This should
You're
be
the one who brought it up.
This is a sysadmin thing. It's like, hey, punk,
be
I'm
mean.
doing this. Deal with it.
And definitely only if you're going to do a message.
Yeah.
Only if a user's logged on. There's no reason to not do that. And we'll just even delete that.
Hey, I want to know with the end users, how many of you guys believe your end users need to know that you are the boss? Am I the only one here? Am I the only one that feels that way?
We're getting a glimpse into your head, and it scares the hell out of all of
Everyone's
us.
like, no,
Right.
no comment.
And then you could have a step. A lot of times, you're deploying packages. Maybe you want to let them know a message might be a good way to say, "Hey, we're finished. This is done. Now resume. Go back to what you were doing." So you could do the same thing there. This will affect, once again, all the schedules that are attached to this package. Right now we only have one schedule. And so if we wanted to, we have a question?
Sure, let's hit the question, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you guys add custom icons for PDQ? Like the ability to pick your own. Stephen L.
Okay, so can you modify an icon? Okay, so the answer is
yes.
The answer is absolutely, it's no, because you use the word custom.
Oh, yeah.
You can change icons, but these are icons that are provided here. If you want to change, like let's say I wanted to change this Java 8 icon, I could come over here to item appearance, and instead of the default icon for packages, I could select from these. The answer to your question, however, custom, can you
Are you
add these?
trying to
No.
change them on the end user? Because here you can change it.
I guess I should ask that. Maybe he might want
It
to.
just depends on what you mean by custom.
Yeah.
And also, I guess, icon. Are you talking about go back to the question. Pull that question back up. Maybe.
Because I'm thinking you could probably...
The ability
See,
to
when it
pick
says
your own.
for PDQ, that tells me that you're asking about changing the icons here. So you have these list of icons when you edit the appearance.
It's not like you can go to like System 32 and
Yeah,
import
yeah.
whatever's in
Points them
there.
out, yeah.
If you want it, so you can see how that just changed the icon for Java, right? So however,
Yeah, I can't see that.
However, if you're asking about changing the icons on the target computer, you just have to script that.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure the icons are available, and then you'd have to script that. There's a number of utilities out there. It's not a native feature that we offer.
Yeah, he's saying my own icons. So
Oh, you're...
Oh, okay.
the answer is
so-
no, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, so not custom. I'm not sure if you knew about the item appearance, but if you didn't, you can modify them somewhat. We have had those requests.
Again, if you want to change it on the end users, there's some scripting involved and other things. It can be done, but it's involved.
Okay, so
That
if you want to do custom, we have had those requests, and we are dealing with a couple of things of you got to make sure that not all ICO files or images that you want are created equal. We have to make sure that it's not going to break anything. So it's something that we've considered. We don't have a lot of requests. We have had some, but at this point, you can use the item appearance if you don't like what you see, but no, there's no custom one. So that means no Big Lebowski icons, which kind of sucks, I guess. Yeah, sure, why not? Any idea when, if, PDQ Deploy might support pushing out drivers, INF files, and not packages drivers? That you can install drivers. It just depends. I mean, you can install drivers. A lot of companies will build their drivers into an executable or something, and those are obviously much easier. But if you want to actually install drivers, you can do that because that's something you can script.
Yeah.
It's not a native feature where you say install this driver, but you can install a driver using INF files. We do, just as a recommendation, there are a couple of times where there might be an INF driver or an INF file involved in a package, and a lot of organizations, they actually have policies that strip out INF because of some vulnerabilities, some exploits that have happened in the past. So just keep that in mind. Remember your environment. You might have an INF file that you push out to a target computer, and that INF file gets stripped out by whatever security software you're running, and then you're SOL. So you can do it. You have to script it.
You guys ought to ask Chris to write a script about that one.
That's
or
where
a
you
blog,
can
maybe.
do a script. You can write that in a batch file or PowerShell script, or you can just use a command step and add all your steps there. But it's not a native feature, but we certainly have a lot of customers that do that. They just have to script it. Do we have any more questions? Carry on.
Carry on.
So what else is new? Okay, let's see.
Oh, there we go. Stop deploying to computers after a set number of minutes.
Yeah, that's been a request. People are saying, I want to kick off a schedule in the middle of the night, but if a computer hasn't started that, you might have 6,000 computers you're pushing out Microsoft Office to, and you remember you're always limited here. I deploy 6,000 computers, a package of 6,000 computers. I'm going to go to preferences, JJ. You might want to zoom out. If you look at your performance, we're saying that the default settings are, you have one deployment, whether it's a schedule or whatever. You have one deployment going off, 6,000 computers, Microsoft Office. It's going to hit 8 computers at a time, or 32 over all your spanning all your deployments. You can modify this. You don't want to make this too high, but let's just say you have the default. You're doing 8 computers at a time. So we've had people saying, I've got computers
I'm running out of time.
Yeah, it's now 7 in the morning. People are logging on, and then the schedule kicks off at 7:45 to install something, and it's screwing them up. So there is the ability now to say if a target has not started a schedule as of this point or after this amount of time, if it's in the queued state, then don't run it.
Yeah.
If it's beyond queued, if it's actually running file copy or step 3 or whatever, it's not going to just stop it.
Yeah.
If it's in the queued state, it will just say, okay, you didn't make that. So it's kind of like a maintenance window, a poor man's maintenance window in a way.
That's a good way to put it.
So that's another feature that, once again, based largely off of your feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nice,
Read these. Yeah, read these. Check it out. Oh, one thing on the file copy step.
Yeah.
So the way it was originally built in the file copy step, if you wanted to copy an icon, or pardon me, I'm sorry, copy a shortcut like an LNK or .url file, when you would select that in your file copy, it would actually follow that link to whatever it was. You couldn't actually copy the link unless you just typed it in. Now the behavior is the opposite. If you select a shortcut, we're assuming that you want to install that shortcut. So if you're using that shortcut to get to some place that you want to copy those files, you're going to have to actually avoid using that shortcut. Anyway, that was the vast majority of our users were just writing back saying,
I just want the shortcut.
I use file copy to move shortcuts around.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to do that without having to type it all in. So that's another change that has that's come about. Once again, largely based on your feedback. So do we have any more questions?
No.
All right. Well, hey guys, I'm Shane. Hopefully you. That's Lex.
Hey, my scotch glass is empty, so we probably ought to quit.
Anyway, if you have any questions, by all means, throw them out. Oh, you know what, JJ? Is there any chance I can go back real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, go back. Don't back off quite yet, people. Some things I want to talk about. If you look at in the package library, Firefox. There's a new Firefox out
Oh,
there.
64-bit, yeah.
There's 64-bit and there's the regular Firefox 32-bit. The 64-bit, we've had a lot of people download it. It came out in December. We were actually waiting for people to request it. Some people finally did. If you install this, we've modified it. If you can see, I've got the 64-bit Firefox here. We are actually, if you install this, if you push this out, we are going to uninstall the 32-bit version. This is similar to the Google Chrome. If you have Google Chrome or the 64-bit, you can only install one or the other. If you install 64 on a 32, it uninstalls the 32 and vice versa. Firefox didn't do that by default. Natively, Firefox, if you installed 64-bit and there was a 32-bit there, it didn't touch the 32, installed 64, but it replaced
With the icons, yep.
all the icons. So to the end user, there was no new, there was just 64-bit. They couldn't get to the 32 unless they actually went to the program files directory.
And it was still there, so you had orphaned some stuff.
Yeah, you
basically.
still had an old version there. So we did make that change in both Firefoxes. If you install 64, it will uninstall the 32-bit if it's on a 64-bit machine. And vice versa, if you install the Firefox 32-bit, it's going to uninstall the 64 if it exists. So keep that in mind. Also, on the Adobe Flash All IE, then Flash was just updated. If you notice, there's a step missing that heretofore existed, and that is the Firefox or the Flash on Windows 8. As of January 12th, Microsoft no longer provides security updates for Windows 8. Yep. Now, how do we get the 64-bit? We threw this in there because the Windows 8 64-bit exe, or pardon me, the MSU, is the exact same one. It always has been for Windows Server 2008.
Yep.
So because of that, we are offering that. But keep in mind, if you have Windows 8, it is time to upgrade to 8.1 or 10 because security fixes are no longer coming out. So those of you who have 8 32-bit, All IE will no longer patch those. All right. I'm sorry. Now let's
back
wrap
to camera
this.
2.
Thanks, guys.
I'm Shane. Whatever.
I'm Lex, and
You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. And sorry we couldn't get to all the questions. If you can hit up support.adminarsenal.com. We can help you out there. If your question was featured, I'd like to send you some PDQ swag. If you'll email webcast@adminarsenal.com, get you hooked up. And we'll see you guys next Thursday.